Have you ever noticed that split second of tension when someone casually says, "I'll come by later"? You answer politely. You sound fine. But somewhere inside, something tightens because you already know your quiet is about to disappear. If that sounds familiar, you're not strange, you're not cold, and you're definitely not alone. Today, we're talking about why some people deeply dislike having guests at home, even when they truly care about the people visiting. For some, having people over feels energizing. Noise feels alive. Conversation feels easy. But for others, home means something else entirely. Home is where the nervous system finally relaxes, where the body softens, where nothing is expected of you. So when someone steps into that space, even someone you love, the atmosphere shifts. It's subtle, but it's real. The room feels louder. The air feels heavier. Your mind stops resting, not because the guest did anything wrong, but because your safest place is no longer fully yours. Psychologists often describe this as a need for territorial safety. For these people, home isn't just a location, it's emotional regulation. It's where everything makes sense again. Every object is familiar, every sound is predictable, every routine is chosen. So when a guest arrives, the calm doesn't vanish, it gets disrupted, like still water after a small stone hits the surface. Nothing dramatic happens, but peace is no longer still. For many people, home is also where they recharge socially. Outside, they're attentive, they read the room, they manage themselves. But at home, they stop. No performing, no adjusting, no explaining. When someone comes over, that effort quietly returns, and it doesn't feel heavy in the moment. It just slowly drains energy you didn't plan to spend. Here's something people rarely say out loud. Some of the kindest, most considerate people feel an immediate sense of relief once the door closes behind a guest. Not because they didn't enjoy the visit, not because they dislike people, but because silence feels necessary, like breathing again. Psychologists note that these individuals often have very clear emotional boundaries. They don't isolate themselves, they don't reject others. They simply protect the environments that keep them balanced. For them, home is not a social space. It's not a place to host. It's the one place where they exist without being observed. That's why meeting friends elsewhere feels easier. Cafes, parks, walks, neutral ground. Connection stays warm, while their inner world remains untouched. For some, this sensitivity has roots in childhood. Homes where visitors brought tension, noise, unpredictability. So now, even years later, guests unconsciously trigger that same unease, not logically, emotionally. And this matters. There is nothing unhealthy about wanting to protect your space. You can love people and still need distance. You can be generous and still choose solitude. Because for some people, comfort doesn't come from company. It comes from quiet, from familiarity, from sitting in your own space with no audience and no expectations. So, tell me, do you recognize yourself here? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if this resonated, subscribe. We talk about everyday behavior in simple ways. You might like what's next. See you there.